This conference will now be recorded.
So we had a discussion on how we can work with various data types. So today we'll continue the same. Uh, I'll just review back the things what all we have discussed. So we will say data types. Okay, so and we will also talk about operators. Okay, so we'll also talk about operators. So data types we will complete today, and we'll talk about the operators. Okay. So when I'm talking about the data types, if you remember, uh, we have the data types. We have the data types divided into two categories. Okay, so what are those two categories? So the two categories are like, okay, so if you remember, single valued and multi-valued. Okay, single valued and multi-valued. So we have two types. So single valued and we have multi-valued. Okay, right. So under single valued you have numeric. Okay, so numeric. So under numeric, as you remember, we have int, float, and complex. Okay, and we also have bool, and we also have none. In the multi-valued, you will have str. So again, this is like in sequential. In sequential, you have str, you have a list, you have tuple, and you have range. Okay, so these are all the things that we have seen. So we need to still look for binary type, and we need to look at the set category, and you need to look at the map category, or you can say dictionary category, or you can say simply dictum. Okay, so these are the three things we need to look for before going into operators. So we will talk about uh, so okay, if you don't remember what is int is like representation of something like 4, 5, 8, something like this. So float means something like 4.5, 8.56, 9.79, something like this. So when you see complex, it is 3 minus 2j, this kind of thing. So when you see this like true and false basically. Okay, and none value is nothing but simply none. So str means so you have something like this hello. List means you have a collection of elements, something like this. So tuple is also a collection of elements, something like this. So range is range of elements. So suppose 1 to 10, 5 to 12. So like this. Okay. So there will be a range of elements. Okay. So in this way, you are looking at the things. Okay. Right. So next we will talk about binary category. So under the binary category, you have this category allows. Okay, so binary category allows. Okay, so this category allows the values. This category allows the values in numbers, in integers rather, in integers ranging from 0 to 255. Okay, so ranging from 0 to 255. So ranging from 0 to 255. So binary category. So this category will allow the values which are ranging from 0 to 255 only. Okay, there are there are two types. There are two types of data types in this category. Okay, so there are two types of data types in this category. So first one is going to be bytes. Second one is going to be byte array. So first one is going to be bytes. Second one is going to be byte array. So whenever we are talking about bytes and byte array, we are going to talk about the values between 0 to 255. So first we'll talk about bytes. So bytes, it is an immutable collection of integers in the range of 0 to 255, in the range of 0 to 255. Okay, so we cannot directly create this element, so we need to create a list. List is equal to, so we'll say something like 589, okay, 6 comma 6 comma 3, and we need to convert this into b is equal to bytes of lst. Okay, bytes of lst. So simply if you say b, you will get the, so you will get the bytes. Okay, so you will get the bytes. Okay, so if you say b here, so you will get the bytes. Okay, so bytes, and remember one point here, so they will be in a binary form. Okay, so that thing also you have to remember. So uh, okay, so it's a binary category, right? So binary form, so they are represented in a binary form. So they are represented in a binary form. Okay, so they are represented in a binary form. So it is an immutable collection of integers in the range of 0 to 255 represented in a binary form. Okay, so what is the format that you can look at here? We can look at the binary form. Okay, so binary form. So binary form. Okay, so if at all, if I have to tell you how exactly these values are turned up, okay, I'll just give you a basic idea how these values are turned up. So now basically, like say you take uh, 43. So 43, okay, so it is a hexadecimal value. So 16 uh, twos are 36. So and what is remaining here? So remaining is 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so when you take, suppose if you are taking 43 here, so if you are taking 43 here, so okay, so I think better we take 43 over here. Okay, so 43 over here. So simply let me run this now. Okay, so or else I'll take 13. Okay, so 13 or so 5 and all. So binary form means it is going to give you in binary form. So let's say I will take, okay, okay, so anyway, so it is going to give you in a binary form. So right now we are getting in binary, so you don't have to worry. So you cannot access it on the whole, you cannot access it on the whole, but you can access it. Okay, so you can access it. So now you are getting 8, 6 and all. So this is like binary form. So let's make it simple by these values only. Okay, so binary form basically. So of course we uh, don't have to use this form directly. So we can access each and every element. So I'll show you later how we can access each and every element. Okay, so access each and every element. So in this way you are looking at the bytes form. Okay. Now the most important thing that you need to understand over here is, suppose if you are having a value, let's say So what it says value error. It says value error by saying bytes must be in the range of 0 to 256. So 0 to 256 in the sense it should be between 0 to 255. Okay, so the values cannot be uh, more than 255 and they cannot even be more less than 0, less than 0. So between they should be between 0 to 255 only. So they should be between 0 to 255 only. Okay, so in that way you can look at it. Okay, so right. And then we will talk about the byte array. So when we talk about the byte array, so basically it is a mutable collection. So it is a mutable collection. It is a mutable collection of so it is a mutable collection of integers. Okay, it is a mutable collection of integers in the range of 0 to 255, which is represented in the binary form. Okay, so it is represented in the binary form. So same thing, but we need to talk by looking at byte array. Okay, so byte array. Okay, so byte array, and this is also byte array, and this is also byte array. Okay, so in this way, you are going to get the byte array. So byte array. So same thing. So these also values will be between 0 to 256. So these values also will be between 0 to 256. So this is the way that we look at the byte and the byte array. So in real time, these are not very much used, but still you need to know as a provision in Python. Okay, so that's how we are looking at. So we are looking at the binary category of values. So binary category means they will give you the values ranging from 0 to 255 only. Okay. Next we'll talk about set category. So set category means it is a collection of all types of values, the collection of all types of values. Okay, so what is set category basically? So set category is a collection of all types of values without duplicates. Okay, so without duplicates. Okay, so without duplicates, so there cannot be any duplicate. So set means all unique values. So set means all unique values. So set category is a collection of all types of values without the duplicates. Okay, so no duplicates are allowed. Okay, so it will not have any index. Will not have any index like str or a list. So it won't be having any uh, index. It won't be having any index. So it will be having only the collection of elements without duplicates, and it will not have any index basically. Okay, so in that way you are looking at there are two data types. First one set itself, and the second one is going to be frozen set. So first one is going to be set, the second one is going to be frozen set. So first set. It is a collection of unique values. It is a collection of unique values. A set is a collection of unique values. So you can have any value for that matter, but the value should be unique. Value should be unique. So it is a collection of unique values represented as set name is equal to this brackets. So set name is equal to these brackets. So what are these brackets basically? These are clever brackets which will be responsible for giving the elements. So here I can give the elements. So here I can give the elements. Okay, so elements. And now let's create the set. Set is equal to, so 5 comma 8 comma, so 5 comma 8 comma 2 comma, again I'll say 5 comma 2 comma 3 comma 7 comma 0 comma. So as I told you, you can have any value. Okay, so it is not like you will have only this, so you can have true also. So you can have a string also. You can have anything basically. You can have anything. Okay, so anything. Okay, so there is a condition for that also. We will see that. Now, if you observe here, okay, so if you observe here, you are getting the things not in a particular order. Okay, so in my system, it is running in this order. In your system, it may run with a different order. Okay, so it is a different order. So hello, true, if you are having none and all, so that also will be part of the set. Now, here what you have to observe is I gave 5 two times. I gave 3. Okay, 3 I gave one time only. So I gave 5 two times. Okay, so let me say 2 also. Okay, so let me say 2 also, and let's say true also. Now I gave 2 two times, but it appeared only once. I gave true 2 times, but it appeared only once. Okay, so in that way you are looking at the set. So set is a collection of unique elements. So set is a collection of unique elements. So this way you create the set of elements. You create the set of elements. So whenever we are talking about the set of elements, you need to go for this. Okay, so you need to go for this. So that is how we create the set of the elements. Okay, so set of the elements. So whenever we are talking about set, it is a collection of elements. Okay, so it is a collection of unique values which do not follow the index. So there is no order or anything as such. Okay, right. So the set is mutable and it can only contain immutable elements. It can contain only immutable elements. So why I'm saying immutable elements means, now for example, I will say set. So now for example, I want to make these 3 values into a list. Okay, so I want to make the 3 values into a list. So what it is saying, it is giving you an error saying unhashable type list. Unhashable type list means you cannot have the list. You cannot have the list. So you cannot have the list inside the set because set will contain only immutable elements. Immutable means, so you have tuple. Okay, so you have str. Okay, so you have bytes. So these are all the immutable means where you cannot see a change. Okay, but if you are keeping a list inside the set, it is not acceptable. It is not acceptable because a set cannot contain a list. Okay, so list cannot be a part of the, a list cannot be a part of the, okay, so a list cannot be a part of the set type. Okay, so list cannot be a part of the set type. So that you have to uh, remember. Okay, so this is the way that you are looking at the set. So set means it can contain only immutable elements, and set itself is Mutable means we can change the set. Okay, so next is frozen set. So what is frozen set? Frozen set is nothing but it is a immutable. It is an immutable form of a set. Okay, how can we create this? Now, for example, let's say this is my list. So let's say this is my list. Okay, so this is my uh, list. Rather, I'll put. So let's take this simple one. So list, I'm having some elements. Okay, so comma 0, comma 2, so comma 8, comma -8, comma 5. Okay, so we are giving this. And now what I want is I want to convert this into a frozen set. So simply what I'll do, I'll say frozen set is equal to frozen set of LS. So frozen set of LST. So what you are doing here, you are creating a frozen set which will contain all the elements, which will contain all the elements which are unique, So it will not contain -8 twice. It will not contain 5 twice. It contains only once. Okay, so in this way you are looking at the so you might be confused like it is taking the ascending order and all, but no. So it as it has only numbers, it is taking in such a way, but it is not specifically made for the. Okay, so it is not specifically made for whom? Specifically made for the uh, ascending order or anything as such. Okay, so this is the way that we create the set category. So then we'll talk about data. So this data type allows the values in a key value pair. Key value pairs. Okay, so this will allow the values in a key value pair. So key value pair in the sense, for example, your roll number and name. So your roll number is said to be. So your roll number is said to be what? So your roll number is said to be the key. Okay, so and it will be associated with a number. Okay, so it will be associated with a particular number. So in the same way, if you have something like uh, name, so the name will be associated. So like that, every value is associated with a key. Okay, every value is associated with a key. So in that way, you can look at a dictionary. Okay, so here keys cannot be duplicated, whereas the values can be. Whereas the values can be duplicated. Okay, so here keys cannot be duplicated, but whereas the values can be duplicated. So whereas the values can be duplicated. So what we are looking at here? So we are looking at okay. So we are looking at what? So we are looking at uh, the key value pair where the keys uh, cannot be duplicated, but the values can be duplicated. Values can be duplicated. So how we can create the key value pairs? Okay. Now let me create a dictionary. So DCT. So let's say something like students. Student dictionary I'm creating. So here I will say something like roll number. and roll number something like 1024, 1025 rather. Okay, say comma name. Okay, so name Ranjit. Roll number 1025, name Ranjit. Uh, Class. Okay, so class, so something like BCom. Okay, so class BCom and his percentage. So percentage. So here you will say class percentage. Okay, so for everything you have to keep comma. Okay, so 78.98. Okay, so in that way you are creating the dictionary. Okay, you are creating the dictionary. So roll number, name, class, percentage are the keys, and 1025 Ranjit BCom 78.98, these are known as the values. Okay, so those are known as the values. Okay, so in that way you are right, running the code. Okay, so you are running the code. Okay, so in this way you are dealing with, okay, so you are dealing with the roll number, name, class, and the percentage. Okay, and the percentage. So in this way we are going for the things. So whenever we are talking about the dictionary, so this is the way that we can go for. So how to access, how to work with the dictionary and all, we will understand later. So for now only understand what is a dictionary. Okay, so in this way we have known all the data. Again we need to revisit. So for what all we need to revisit is accessing the elements. Okay, so accessing the elements, or I can say operations on the elements on each and everything. So accessing operations. So for what we have to look at for, so for str, list, tuple. Okay, so range we have already seen, no need to see the range. So set. Okay, so binary and all that also not required. So set, frozen set. So all these things we have to revisit. Okay, we have to revisit like how they access, what operations available. So all those things we will be discussing basically. Okay, so all those things we will be discussing. So that's how we generally look out for the things. Okay, so so look out for the things in the dictionary. These are all the data types that we have. Whatever data we use in Python programming for any projects or anywhere, so these are the data types. Okay, so these are the data types. So there would be some extensions, there would be some kind of additions of various things. So, but the basics remains the same. So the basics remains the same. Okay, so these are the basic stuff. Okay, so as I told you, we will come back and revisit all these things again. Why I'm not doing that right now is, so we need still more knowledge on some concepts like methods and all. Then only it will be easy for us to access those things. Okay, right. So that's why we talked about the data. So if you remember, I told you in your first session, program is all about input, processing, and output. So input, processing, and output. So when somebody is talking about input, input means giving the things. Output means giving out the things. So processing means the input and output majorly work with the data, but the processing works for the logic. Okay, so processing works for the logic basically. So logic building is our main aim, as you know. Okay, right. So now we will talk about the logics. But before going to all that logics, a basic thing that is required here is operators. Okay, they are the symbols. They are the symbols or keywords. Symbols are keywords used. Okay, so they are the symbols or keywords used in some operation. Performing some operation. So it is these are the symbols or the keywords used in performing some operation. Okay, so in Python we have various operators. Okay, so I'll be giving you only the useful ones. I'll not be going for the ones which are not going to be useful. So arithmetic, then we talk about comparison. So arithmetic operators, comparison operators. Third one is logical operators. Logical operators. So then we will talk about okay. So logical operators. Then we'll talk about assignment operators, and then we will talk about some miscellaneous operators, which are like membership operators. Second one is going to be membership operator. Second one is going to be uh, the identity operators. Okay, so first one is membership operator. Second one is going to be identity operators. Okay, so identity operators. So whenever you are talking about okay, so whenever you are talking about the operators, so these are the operators which we have: arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators, assignment operators, and miscellaneous operators. So you have bitwise and all those. Okay, I don't want to uh, talk about them because they are not very much important in the real time also. So we can skip them. Okay, so we can skip them. So first we will talk about arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators are nothing but the operators working on the mathematical expression. So mathematical, okay, so mathematical operation. Mathematical operations. Okay, so the operators working on the mathematical operations. Okay, so in this way you are going to talk about the arithmetic operators. So what are the arithmetic operators present, So plus, minus, multiplication, these are common. You have two types of divisions. So one is float division and one is integer division. Integer division. Okay. So float division and integer division, and you have okay. So float division, integer division, and you have something like uh, modulus. Okay, so modulus. This is reminder. So this will give you the reminder. Okay, and you have double star. So double star is like exponent or power. Exponent or power. So plus, minus, multiplication. So those are straightforward, and we have float division, integer division, reminder, exponent, and power. So we'll directly go jump into the examples. Uh, so for example, I have a is equal to 5. Okay. B is equal to 3, C is equal to, let's say, 4. Now, as I told you, A plus B. Okay, so A plus B, A and B getting added. Okay, so next A minus C, A minus C, A and C getting subtracted. Okay, and you have A into, so A into, so A into and something like A into C. Okay, so A into C, so this is multiple. So these are straightforward operations. Now, for example, if I'm saying print of A divided by B. Okay, so as you know, so we will get the answers. So this is 8 and this is going to be 8, this is going to be 8 and this is going to be 1. So it's going to be 1, so this is going to be 15, this is going to be 20, and this is going to be 1.6. Okay, so 1.6. So what do I why did I get 1.6 here? 1.6 because it gives you the float division. Basically it gives you the float division. Okay, so it gives you the float division, so that is why you are getting the values something like this. Now, for example, if you are going for a double slash b, okay, so double slash will give you only 1. Why it will give you only 1? Because it will ignore this part, it will ignore this part. Okay, so that is why it is giving you that only. And then you have modulus. Okay, so what does a modulus do here? Modulus will give you, so modulus will give you the answer as 2. Why? Because it is dividing 5 and 3 and it is giving you the remainder. Now, for example, you are working with C. If you are working with C, it will give you 1. Okay, so it will give you 1. Okay, so it will give you what? It will give you 1. Okay. Now, for example, if you are trying to have something like uh, B modulus C. Okay, so B modulus C, you are going to get 3. Okay, so I'll just explain you how these things happen. So first, let's complete all the things. Now, for example, if I'm saying A double star B. So this is nothing but A to the power of B. So what is A to the power of B here? So 125 means, so 5 cube. So it is read as what? It is read as nothing but 5 cube. Okay, so 5 cube. So 5 cube. Why is there 5 cube? So because A is 5 and B is going to be 3. Okay, 5 to the power of 3. And in the same way, if you are trying to get the other way around, let's say you are saying A into A double star C. So A double star C in the sense 5 to the power of 4. So 5 to the power of 4. Okay. So here 5 power 4. 5 power 4. Okay. So 5 power 3, 5 power 4. So 5 is A, B is okay. Now let's understand what exactly happened to these things in your example. Okay, so first A, what is A here? A is going to be 5, B is going to be 3, C is going to be 4. Okay. Now A plus B, obviously A plus B, 5 plus 3. Okay, so 5 minus 4, 1. A into B 15, A into C 20. Right. Now whenever you are working with A divided by B here, okay. So when you are saying A divided by B, you are talking about 5 getting divided by 3. So 3, 5. So 3 ones 3. The answer is going to be 2. Okay, so the answer is going to be 2. So, okay, 5. So we are talking about division, right? Okay, so 3 5 means, so 3 ones 3, so 2, so point 6 18, again 2, again 6, so like this it goes on. Okay, so that is the answer. Now whenever you are saying a divided by b, so this is also division only, also division, but it will give you so 3 ones 3 2, this will not give this point value. Okay, will give only the integer part. So if you remember, I told you integer part, decimal point, and the fractional part. So when you are taking integer division, this is ignored. Okay, so it is taking only the integer part. Okay, only the integer part. Okay, so that's how we generally look at the arithmetic operators. Okay, so arithmetic operator divisions. So what are the two? Okay, so what are the two here? So the two are going to be this. Okay, so next, so a double slash b means, so it will ignore the fractional part. So a mod b. Okay, so a mod b. So whenever I'm saying a mod b, so it is like a divided by b only. That is 5 by 3. So 3 ones 3, it will take up the remainder. It will take up the remainder. So the remainder is this. Okay, so then same thing. So 3 ones 3. Okay, so 3 ones 3. So what is the point here? So you are having, okay, sorry. So 5. Okay, what is this? 8c, no? So AC means A by C. What is A? A value is going to be 5, B value is going to be 1. So 4 ones 4, which is going to be 1. Okay. So in that way you are looking at it. And then you have B mod C. Okay, so B mod C. So B mod C is nothing but B by C. What is B value? B value is 3 and this is 4. So when you are saying 4 and 3, so 4 0 0 and 3 minus 0 is going to be 3. Okay, so the value is going to be 3. Okay, so in that way you are, and then a double star b means a to the power of b. So what is a to the power of b? A to the power of b is nothing but 5 to the power of 3. 5 to the power of 3 is nothing but 5 into 5 into 5, which is 120. Okay, and then here a to the power of c, 5 to the power of 4. 5 to the power of 4 in the sense 5 into 5 into 5, 5 5 1 25, 25 5 125, 125 620. So like this, you are going to take up the arithmetic operators. So whenever we are talking about arithmetic operators, so in this way, you are going to check them. Okay, wherever you require the arithmetic operation, so you can just go for them. Okay, right. So as we have only less time, so what I will do here is I will go for the assignment operators. Okay, so assignment operators, because assignment operators are something related to this only. So these operators are the combination of, these operators are the combination of uh, arithmetic with equal to symbol. Arithmetic with equal to symbol. Okay, so something like plus equal to, minus equal to, into equal to, division equal to, double division equal to, and you have modulus equal to. Okay, and you have double star equal to. Okay, so these are all the combinations. Okay, now whenever you are looking at the plus equal to operation, okay, so plus equal to operation, so I'll just give you idea on plus and minus, and I want you people to do the other things. Okay, so plus equal to will say add and assign. What it will do? Add and assign. Okay, so it will add and then assign. So for example, let's say I will have A is equal to 3, B is equal to 2, and I'll say A plus equal to B. What is the meaning of this? So the meaning of this is going to be A is equal to A plus B. Okay, so the meaning of this is going to be A is equal to A plus B. What is the meaning of this? A is equal to 3 plus 2. So ultimately A becomes 5. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? A value is going to be 3, B value is going to be 2. Okay, so A plus equal to B is nothing but A is equal to A plus B. What is A value? A value is 3. What is B value? 2. So 3 plus 2 is nothing but 5. So A value has become 5. So A value. So in that way, add and assign will work. Okay. So add and assign will work. So then we will look at minus equal to. So what does minus equal to tell you? Subtract and assign. Subtract and assign. So I'll just tell you these two things only. So other things I will ask you to do. Okay. So subtract and assign. So when you are saying subtract and assign, okay. So when you are saying subtract and assign, so what we are going to look at here. So we are going to say same thing here. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 2, and then I am going to say A minus B, and I'll say A is equal to A minus B. So it is going to have something like A is equal to 3 minus 2. So with which you are getting A is equal to 1. Okay. So what exactly happened here? So again A is 3, B is going to be 2, A minus equal to B. So that is A is equal to A minus B. Okay, so what is A value? 3. 3 minus 2. So A becomes 1. So finally A becomes 1. Okay, so in this way you are going to have, for example, I will say A is equal to 3, same thing. B is equal to 2. I will go for A plus equal to B, and I will print the value of A. So what is the value of A here? So value of A is going to be 5. Okay, so value of A will be 5. Okay, so how you got that 5 value here? So you got that 5 value because, okay, so because this is the reason. Okay, this is the reason. Okay, so what is the reason? The reason is this. Okay, so the reason is this. Okay, then you are going for same thing, but this time you are going for A minus equal to B. So and you are saying yeah. So what is the point here? So the point is going to be 1. So how did you get this answer? So you are getting this answer because you are trying to say this. Okay. So same thing. So whatever you found out here and whatever you found out here, that's the thing. Okay. So this is how we can deal with the assignment operator. So now if I want you people to work with, okay, so work with A divided equal to B. So what is the meaning of this? A is equal to A minus, sorry, A divided by B. Okay, A is equal to A divided by B. Okay, so A is equal to A divided by B. So what is A is equal to A divided by B? So suppose A is equal to 3, B is equal to 2. So A is equal to 3 by 2. So what is 3 by 2 here? So 3 by 2 is nothing but the, so 2 ones 2. So here 1, so 2.5. Okay. So in that way, it is going to be 1.5. So in that way, I want you people to solve all these problems. Okay. So this one, and this one are the tasks for you. Okay. So are going to be tasks for you. Okay. So just do that and complete it by tomorrow's session. Okay. So that's it for today. If you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask me right now. Yeah, any questions, any queries? Okay, thank you so much. So we'll meet in our next session. Thank you.